We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Perspectives Corner. I am your host, Rhona Bennett. It is a pleasure to be back in the studio. I have been out and about. I was on the road for the last couple weeks of this month with the ladies of In Vogue. Shout out to Cindy and Terry. We were just in Seattle, Washington at Jazz Alley. We did 7 shows over the Valentine's Day weekend, and it was off the chain. So we had a really good time, and it's a pleasure to be back here in the studio to chopping it up with Rhona tonight. So I didn't know that I was going to get blessed with some surprises this evening to be in the studio to bring some really, really incredible information your way. Tonight, we will be talking to Sabir Bey of the Sabir Bey Show. Welcome.
Peace. Every Tuesday, 3 o'clock.
Every Tuesday, 3 o'clock.
Tune in. Yeah, it's always some prize. I'm waiting for you to come by.
I know. I'm looking forward to coming by.
That's what I'm talking about.
And Sabir, you know, he was on the show before, maybe about a month ago.
Yeah.
And
just before my show. Man, it's almost a month. Just before my time fly, don't it?
Sabir was on my show about a month ago, and we had a wonderful dialogue with him and Shakim, another broadcaster here at LA Talk Live, and Jerry Bell.
Yeah, Jerry Bell. He does a show also 3 o'clock on Wednesdays.
3 o'clock on Wednesday. So definitely keep it locked to latalklive.com. Lots of great shows here. Lots of wonderful broadcasters with great music, great information, a little some of everything here at LA Talk Live.
Exactly.
Well, we're also going to be talking to Walking Wisdom. Yeah, I said it. Walking Wisdom and Dr. Sebi. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Dr. Sebi, but he is a world-renowned healer and herbalist. He's been around for years helping people to move through their challenges. And I mean, there are some things that they say about Dr. Sebi that you say, really? Westernized medicine can't even say that. Allopathic treatments don't even claim it. But can AIDS, cancer, diabetes, so many of the things that they say can't be cured, Dr. Sebi says it can. And that through the modalities that he's been using, people have been saying that they are disease-free. We're going to talk about that tonight. We're also going to talk about marijuana. Because Dr. Sebi smokes it. And there are some healers out there that say, even though it's a plant from the earth, it can cause adverse conditions in the body still. Is there a such thing as smoking too much? Can you smoke too much marijuana? What is Dr. Sebi's take on marijuana and the medicinal benefits, and whether there are any adverse conditions or not, connected to it? What is his say on that? We're going to talk about that. What else are we going to talk about? There are a couple questions that I got from some listeners that when I made them aware that we would be talking to Dr. Sebi tonight, I said, if you could sit in front of Dr. Sebi and you could ask him something that you wanted to know, what would it be? Someone asked something in connection to Lisa Left Eye Lopez that I'm going to put on the table tonight. And I also want to talk about the fact that Dr. Sebi has not even had a formal education. He created it, honey. Through living, and his mama that he so lovingly spoke about before the microphones were even turned on. He's already been going in. I promise you tonight is going to be very, very interesting, thought-provoking, and probably super, super powerful. So I like to start the show with some music to kind of set the tone and get the mood going here at Perspectives Corner. We're going to do that first, and when we come back, we will be speaking to and with the wisdom of Dr. Sebi and Mr. Sabir Bey. And also, shout out to Ray Stone.
Yeah, Ray Stone's in the building.
I'm gonna invite you.
Give a damn.
Hey, we're gonna talk about it all. I have your book with me, I think, Ray. I have Ray's book. It's Eat Like You Give a Damn. It's a great way for someone to read some information to help you transition into a more healthy lifestyle, whatever that may be for you, because everybody's walk is different, everybody's path is different, but the information that he shares in the book is wonderful, and the way he shares it is, to me, it talks to the layman, it talks to the average person, and that's the intention of the book. So we'll be talking to Ray Stone later on in the show as well. Keep it locked right here, Perspectives Corner on LA Talk Live. Be right back.
to the hands to the sky. Seize the day. 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 Today's the day that I won't let it send me back. I raise my hands up to the sky. Seize the day. Seize the day. Got to seize the day. Seize the day. Send me back. Everything's gonna be alright. 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 It's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Today's a day that I won't let it send me back. I raise my hands up to the sky. Seize the day. 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 Everything's gonna be alright. Today's a day that I won't let it back. I raise my hands up to the sky. Hands to the sky. Seize the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Miss Karen White's Seize the Day. Sabir Bey is loving it. Ray Stone is loving it.
I'm in here
I'm
rocking.
loving it. Shout out to Karen White for this song, Seize the Day, Carpe Diem. Okay, so you've been listening to Perspectives Corner with Rhona Bennett. We're about to go in. We're about to have a very thought-provoking and necessary conversation. To my left is Dr. Sebi, a world-renowned herbalist and healer. Thank you so much. And you can give me some more volume in my, thank you. And then to my right is Sabir Bey of the Sabir Bey Show, a broadcaster here at LA Talk Live.
Yes.
And I didn't know I would also get the treat of having Mr. Ray Stone in the studio, author of Eat Like You
sir.
Give a Damn.
Yes.
Did you bring your book?
I did, yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Make sure you bring your book and show it on camera so people can see it.
Will do.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Dr. Sebi, I'm going to just start with, you were talking to me about women and how they are the bearers of the wisdom, if you will. You spoke very highly about your mother. And I also read that you don't have a formal education. You kind of learned as you went along. What's your story? What should people know about you when it comes to education?
Education. I think of Richard. I was 8, and Richard came with a book. And in the book, there was this cow jumping over this moon. Well, Richard knew that I had never been to school, but he's using this to show me that I was not up to date with things, because he's showing me that there's a cow jumping over the moon, and I told him that was impossible. He said, but it's in the book. It's in the book. So Richard won the argument, even though a cow can't even jump over a fence. But later on,
Wow.
when I saw Richard in New Orleans, 30 years later, he was extremely sick. And Richard passed. And I told him before he passed, you really believe in the cow jumping over the moon? I said, I don't believe in anything. I don't have to believe in anything. I don't have to believe in something to live. Because when I talk, when I think, or when I talk, I use a model. I have to have a model because what I say have to live within the vernacular of life itself, life. So there is a model for everyone on this planet. The Eskimo doesn't live in the environment of an African. No.
Right.
He lives in the ice, and the African live in the forest. The Eskimo eats fish. He eats a lot of oil because he needs this, not the African. He cannot have that because the temperature would undermine his whole biological function. So we see that the Eskimo eats a different food than the African. In the arrangement of life, Chinese, Arab, Eskimos, everybody, But as we take a look today, everybody eats the same food. Something wrong with that picture. Because gorillas do not eat polar bear food. And gorillas do not take their cubs to be trained by the polar bear. You see? But we cannot blame ourselves or anyone for anything. Because change is the only thing that is constant. We could easily say that the white man went to Africa and took us away. Yeah, he was wrong for doing that. That's what we would say. But why didn't nature have it arranged for a Chinaman to take us to China? No, it had to be what it is. There could be no occurrence unless that occurrence is supposed to occur. So I didn't have any education, the formal education. I don't have that. I didn't really aspire to, because my grandfather was a Haitian. And Haitian at the time didn't believe in school. I'm 80 years of age now.
Yeah.
So imagine 80 years ago or 75 years ago, they didn't have any schools in Haiti. They didn't like it because they used another energy. So I was recipient of that. So now we come to the education. In my quest through life, through my life isn't better than anyone else. In fact, I don't even think that I'm supposed to be privileged to be here tonight because I'm the boy that didn't go to school. I'm the boy that didn't like anything. And money, I never liked money. Never did. I didn't pursue it. I don't like it now. I don't have any. I'm poor, they say. Not poor, but I don't have any money. So to be someone presenting to the world an argument such as the one that I bring, that there's only one disease, it was a little bit strange.
Just a little, huh?
The boy listened to his mama only. That is where I know when I make the statement that I'm right. Usually, the child has a mother and a father talking to him or she, he or her, right? Mama and papa. But there is conflict with mama and papa in thinking, and rightfully so. But in the forest, which is the model of life, which cub follows daddy? None. They all follow mama. So I was fortunate not to have a father. Because
That's a way to look at it.
Because I only listened to mama. So I didn't have to compare what mama told me and showed me against daddy, because I didn't have a daddy to tell me anything. All I had was a mother. And it didn't turn out to be too bad.
I guess not.
And when one day, through all of the inadequacies or the walls that was placed in front of me and the deficiencies, because I am not educated, I am not a scholar. You know, I'm not like those people that wrote those books about all sorts of matters, about the universe, on how men should be like Benedict Spinoza, on the improvement of the human understanding. No, I'm none of that, because I'm not a scholar. But I cure AIDS.
So when you say that, because it's interesting, you know, different healers might think different things. Some people say you need to have all three working together, at least mental and physical working together. You got to believe something. But based on what you just said, it sounds like you said you don't really have to believe anything. You can just do something with the physical body and see these results.
If you think that the physical body should be overlooked, think about this. You see, we are loaded with a bunch of sets of words, such as what goes up must come down. We think about good and bad. But we also think about this stuff that you just mentioned. What it was you just mentioned?
What, the belief system?
The belief system.
Yeah.
They tell us that mind is over body. Am I right?
They can't say mind over matter.
Everybody said mind is over matter. Oh, yeah? Well, okay. Just believe that if you want to, because it's a belief. That is not something that is certain that people know.
Okay.
So when the body is sick, when your body is sick, what is the state of your mind and your spirit? So we threw out that thought pattern. That isn't true. But we were vulnerable to all these things, that mind over matter. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't have a mind. I don't even know what it is. And a little girl, 12 years old, showed me that if I talk about it, I'm stupid. And her name is Taina. Her brother was taking me, or her daddy was taking me to 138th and Convent to give the speech, which is the college, City College in New York. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When they're taking me to do the speech, the little boy asked me, Dr. Sebi, what are you going to talk about today? I said, I don't know. And when do you know? I said, when I get in front of the public.
You sound like me, man.
Because I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to write a speech and read it.
Right.
You don't do that. You come from your brain. So he said, but why don't you talk about the soul, mind, and spirit? And Taina said, you better not. You better not. You know I hate you. Dr. Sebi, I'm always going to hate you. And why did Taina hated me? Because I took away chicken and fish. I took away the cheese and the butter and the egg because she had a profuse vaginal discharge. She was only 12. I mean, the little girl was really rottening. And when I took that away, everything left, right? Mm-hmm. But then she wanted that back again. So she hated me. She hated me. She used to make fun of me. One day I gave a speech and people were leaving. And Taina asked me, how old are you, Dr. Sebi? I said, I'm 52. She said, you look good for 90. So Taina always want to get back at Dr. Sebi. And I like it because I like to be challenged. Oh, God, that's the best part of me. The little girl said, although I hate you, the one thing I know about you, you talk the truth. You speak the truth. And if you talk about the soul, mind, and spirit, you are a liar because you don't know what that is. Those things did not come out of nature. They came out of the imagination. A 12-year-old little girl told me that.
Wow.
So you see, I'm learning every day. I'm 80 years of age. My little baby's only 2, and she's teaching me some stuff.
Wow.
You see, we're growing, but we shouldn't.
Every day growing.
We shouldn't feel adverse about anything, because I love everybody. And I remember once when I didn't even love myself. I want to kill myself in 1961. But now I even love the devil. I love Satan. I love him. Oh God, I love Satan. Look.
Well, that's a first.
Saturn. No, we talking about Saturn.
Look. I have to love him because.
Why?
Because when I was a little boy, I was a Seventh-day Adventist, and I was a very good Seventh-day Adventist, and I love it. I used to do this recitation every 13th Sabbath, and I was told and taught that everything God made is good.
Okay. That's why
I love the devil.
Hello. All right now.
So now, in current AIDS,
yes,
and the thing that I do, I attribute them straight to Mama. Mama is always at the base of everything, has to be. But we didn't know how powerful Mama really is. And I'm going to try her. Okay? A Chinaman come from China, and everything he needed was in China. An Eskimo come from Alaska, and everything he needed was in Alaska. So when God or nature placed black folks in Africa, do you think that he omitted an item where he had to crawl over to India or to China to get it? To propel his life? No. Everything that we needed to propel us through life was right in Africa. But how are we supposed to know that now? They took us away from Mama, and then they fed us starch and meat. You see?
How did you get to the knowledge? How did you know that that's where you're to go? And how did you know to put those things together that could help people move through disease?
My grandfather would always talk to me about Africa. And he was a very knowledgeable individual. He knew that there was a food that is consistent with your cellular predisposition. And he knew that the African people were doing things that was against their will, against their biology, because he's a Haitian. And he saw it in Haiti. And he used to talk to me about these things. Meat should have never been in the mouth of a black person. It's like putting meat in the mouth of a gorilla. And when I became a healer, as they call me today, I could see the results because people come with sickle cell, they're cured. People come with lupus and herpes, they're cured. People come with AIDS, they're cured. Why? I removed them from that diet.
From the diet.
The diet is
Gotcha.
against us. Oh my God. I was arrested in New York in 1987. I was arrested because I put the ad in the paper that I cure AIDS, blindness, sickle cell, lupus, herpes, cancer, paralysis, and others. Well,
Whoa.
But I had look, hold it. Remember now, I'm the
Even
boy.
paralysis.
Hold it. I'm the boy that didn't go to school.
Right.
So therefore, I live in a different space. I don't live in a world of belief or theories. I
deal
don't
with facts.
do that.
Factology.
I deal with what is.
Whoa.
So I was arrested. When the police came and said, Dr. Sebi, you claim to cure AIDS and these diseases, which is a fraudulent claim, and so the grand jury of New York has indicted you. I said, how do you know that I'm telling something other than the truth? So when I went before the courts, I was my lawyer or whatever, counsel. I said, the judge said for me to begin talking about what I do.
Yeah.
Well, when I was in Los Angeles, I know a brother by the name of Kweku Ando. He's a doctor, a research man. He's an ethnobotanist. He knew all kind of thing in botany.
Yeah.
But he died last year and very young because he was studying Chinese medicine. Dr. Walde Kite. I said, what you studying? I'm studying the Ayurvedic Indian medicine.
Yeah.
I said, but you're an African. He said, well, that's what I'm studying. He died with kidney problems just like the Indians. Then there's another one from Chicago, Dr. Sidney. I said, what you studying? Homeopathy. He died 15 years ago. I said, well, am I dumb? Am I really dumb that I'm the only one that is looking towards Africa for the answer? Yes, I'm dumb. And I take the position. And I like it. Because out of that dumb place, I have seen results.
Yeah.
I have a book out which I didn't bring. I was supposed to bring with me. In this book, which I'll show
Yeah.
on Sunday when I give the speech, HIV positive, HIV negative, HIV positive, HIV negative, from various schools of medicine and hospitals in the world. And some of them I did in 60 days.
Oh my goodness.
You cure AIDS in 60 days? Hey, brother, wait. Don't even go there. Because what you're trying to show me is that your brain is equipped to decipher what I do, forgetting that I am a unique individual in the world. There is no other Sebi. There's no other you. So what do you expect of me? How could you fathom me and my brain? Are you going to use this educational system to calibrate me? Well, you do that. Because the reality is, yes, I cure AIDS. And what did you do? Well, I followed Mama. Mama didn't have anything that was acid in her environment. All Mama had was alkali.
And really quickly, for people listening that might not be aware of alkaline, what is the alkaline state of being that you're talking about in the body?
Alkalinity means this. Any substance that was made by Mother Nature, geologically speaking, it is known as native plants. What is the difference with the native plants and other plants? Well, why should there be other plants? But they are, such as comfrey, aloe vera, peppermint, carrots, beets. All these are artificial. They aren't natural. They were planted in the ground, but they aren't natural. The native plants are electrical because they are carbon-based. A man cannot make a plant that at the end, the result would be that it is carbon-based. No. Only nature could do that. There is a titration that only occurs with nature. They call it monochromatic union. These plants has electricity. Carrot doesn't have any electricity. It has starch. So the African people, in their state of savagery, as they said, and they described my mama as being a savage, forgetting that she was natural, but that's okay. We understand because people are sick. They misinterpret things. So mama didn't have any rice and beans, or potatoes, or yams in her environment. No, these things came to Africa. They are starch. All she had in her environment was alkalinity. They were electrical. This is why when we talk about longevity, How long did they live? How long did our parents live in the jungles of Africa? We don't know, but we're writing all these books about history, anthropology. We talk about sciences of the mind. Don't even know what that is. We don't even know what protein is. And here's a take on protein.
Wow. Yeah, listening.
I am in Washington, D.C., and there's a little girl with sickle cell anemia. Her name is Achilles Stroud. Achilles' daddy, Jimmy, said, you know, I've heard you on the radio in WPFW in Washington that, you know, you say you cured this, that, and the other, but my little girl has sickle cell. Have you ever treated sickle cell before? I said, no. But would you try with my little girl? What is sickle cell, Dr. Sebi, in your opinion? I said, well, I know that there's only one disease. One disease? I said, yes, sir. Whenever the mucus covers groups of cells, wherever those groups of cells reside, that is what you would have. If the mucus is in your bronchial tubes, you'd have bronchitis. If the mucus is on your lungs, you'll have pneumonia. If the mucus is on your brain, you are insane. You even become, suffer with Alzheimer's and delirium tremens and the rest. But if the mucus is in your joint, it is what? Arthritis. But now, your little daughter has sickle cell anemia. Where is the mucus? In the blood.
Yeah.
So what we do, what is the mucus doing in the blood? It is breaking the cell of the blood into a sickle, allowing oxygen and iron to escape. What Dr. Sebi does, clean the mucus out of the system.
Exactly.
And the cell will unite again, and there goes sickle cell. Wow. Oh, that is rocket science. Wow.
Can I share something with you? Because most people really may not understand what he's saying. I'm saying understand because I don't understand anything. Understand is that when he say he's curing it, he just ran down what it is to cure. See what I'm saying? People really don't understand what he's really saying. There is a cure, and there's, like he said, there's only one disease, which a disease means a dis-ease in your body, which means a dis-ease in the body. So you have to clean the blood.
Like a disconnect.
Exactly, like a disconnect. So when we get into this, the belief system means you don't know. Believe me that you don't know anything. Look the words up, then dissect them, loosen it up, and put it back together. It's going to be lied to. Which means you are dependent on somebody else to tell you this. The school said, I only went to 11th grade. And I know he's coming from a medical side, right? Yeah. I'm coming from a law side. When I say when you fight against nature, I had this conversation with a sister on phone today, and she said, well, how do you move or how do you maneuver, Sabir? And I was like, well, I live life every day. You know, I live life. So she said, we was talking about when you fight against nature, like Dr. Sebi says, you have a problem. When people go to law school, you're fighting against nature. Yeah. If you studied your culture and you ate right, and you study who started the colleges, who started law in Timbuktu and all these other places, you will understand what is happening. So now we are in a system that the European, what we call white, are teaching our people how to eat, how to think. So that's why we're in the condition that we're in. See what I'm saying? So it's like people ask me, I went to 11th grade. And if you put me up against any attorney, we're going to go. He's going to lose. That's just me. That. So there, I'm feeling him, and this is what we need: more healing. Prophet Noble Drew Ali said he used to make tonic, and Noble Drew Ali said we have to clean the body first before we can get our people to start thinking a certain way. We have to cleanse the body. You have to eat right first. Before that's why Dr. Sebi said it's hard for you to talk to somebody eat meat. You can't. It's very hard. You have to get that out of your system first and foremost.
You mentioned Noble Drew Ali.
Yes.
Do you know that he is the only man in my life that I respected as far as knowing that we were sick and it takes healing to move a people? The only man.
Let me clear this up for everybody that don't really know who Noble Drew Ali is.
Please.
Noble Drew Ali is the brother who first brought our people, our nationality over here in North America in 1913. He passed away in 1929. So he had many different tonics to clean our systems out first, because through the religion, through the food and everything else, we are in the condition that we in. So he said that first, but he told us that we were not Negro, black, and colored at that time, which we still not. We were Moors and we were home. That's the history of Noble Drew Ali. If you have an internet, please look him up, Noble Drew Ali, or you go to my Facebook, Sabir Bey. You can find this information out there on Noble Drew Ali, but brilliant man that they don't even talk about in history.
Right, Black History Month, they don't talk about it.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yes.
Very powerful information tonight, as you can see, everybody. We are at the halfway mark of the show. We're going to take a slight pause and pay some bills, take a breath, take in this incredible information, and we'll come back to Dr. Sebi, Mr. Sabir Bey, and Ray Stone.